Hey, Inspired Tribe, my fellow freedom lovers. How's it going? It's John Nolan here. Thank you so much for tuning in for the last live stream here on Inspired in 2022, I should say. And we're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, we're free. I'm excited that you're here. As we're approaching, and for some of you, you're already in the new year. If you're tuning in from different part of the worlds that are already in front, the eastern part of the world, then it's already 2023. And I really wanted to come on and talk a little bit about this great psyop that's always happening around these days before and after the New Year's celebrations, why they're in place, and how manipulated we're being through these times. And if we can see it, then we can actually make fundamental shifts that we believe are necessary. So let me welcome you all first. I see Frank is here, T. Frank from Northeast Oklahoma. Cal is here. Good to see you from the UK. Kika. Ciao. Hrvatska. Kako si? Dobro. Drago nam je da si tu. Kika is from Zagreb in Croatia. We got to TN Ridge. Oh, there you go. Missouri here. Adrian, Wendy, Idea. Good to see you all. While people are tuning in, let me jump right into it. This is let me start with what happened when we all went to school when we were children, and they would constantly ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I never really understood this question because I always felt like I was already someone when I was being asked that question. So I assumed they were asking, what do I want to do as a profession? How do I want to, what do I want to do for work? But they posed the question according to the program. And when you look at the New Year's resolutions and what is being put out in the media and what so many brands are pushing onto you and so many people around you, there's so much excitement built around this psyop, around this ritual, and the message is New Year, New Me. And of course, this is part of a much larger program, and the much larger program says we are flawed, we're wrong, we're sinners, we're bad. That's the basic program that we're being taught subtly through many different ways. And the solution is that we need to constantly reinvent ourselves and become new and become better. And I have nothing against betterment whatsoever or improvement, but the perspective matters deeply. Why I call this a psyop and a huge ritual, because it creates so much frustration for so many people. And of course they're frustrated. I used to, many years ago, I'd say my late teens, getting into adulthood years, I remember mostly removing myself from everything around this time. And I would set all these, have all these resolutions for the new year, my new goals for the next year. And I would sit there on New Year's Eve, very frustrated, sad, defeated, because I hadn't reached my goals for this year. And here I was already making new ones for next year. It all seemed always overwhelming. The main thing that I've found out is that we're not here to become new versions of ourselves. The name of the game is to figure out who we really are, to return to true authenticity. So I don't say new year, new me. I would rather say new year, real me. That much more hits it home. We need to figure out and continue to learn and continue to remember who we truly are. And that's, of course, something that the conspirators, the entities that never want you to reach that's exactly what they don't want you to do. They want you to buy their products. They want you to improve your life the way they tell you and to turn into something different. And the new year, new me in these times really means go even more away from your authentic self, infuse yourself with technology, become more immersed into the digital space. All of these are the subliminal messages that they're sending out. And I say, if in school they would ask the question, Who are you really? What are your talents? What are you really good at? What do you carry in your heart? What is your deepest wish? Children have all these things, you know. And if we ask children that, and if we helped them pull all that authenticity out of themselves and figure out who they really are and give them the space to do it, we'd have a much different world. And so I look at this time of year, and there's many reasons why we're not too big on New Year's celebrations, starting with the, of course, the calendar, and but that applies to all holidays. We didn't get it right. The calendar is wrong. The years are off. The counting is off. Everything's off. But you already know that. But the main reason is that it puts so much pressure on people, and it almost never works because it comes from a wrong idea that you're flawed, that you're wrong, that you're not good enough, that you don't have it, and that you need to somehow, through some miraculous ways, you need to get it. And I'd say the opposite is true. If we weren't constantly um, bombarded with these falsehoods, and if they wouldn't constantly push onto us what we ought to be, we'd much faster find out who we really are. I believe we all have, inherent strengths and talents. We all have a purpose or multiple purposes. We all have a reason. We all have a reason to be here, and that reason isn't the same for everyone. So authenticity and truth matter so much because it begins within. When you authentically give yourself permission to live your life's mission, your life's purpose, then that's truth, that's authenticity, and that's what you're going to experience in the world because you resonate at that. So again, I would say New Year, real me. How can we do this moving forward into 2023 with a lot of challenges, but how can we meet the greatest challenge? And that to me is always more space, more time for yourself, not in an egotistical way, but just to really listen to that inner voice that tells you, guides you, shows you what is truthful for you, what is purposeful for you. That's way more important. And I would steer clear of all the cookie cutter bullshit resolution things. That's the psyop. The psyop is out there, and they're gonna in many places they're gonna shoot their fireworks, and then create the big boom and a big bang, and they're gonna have all this attention on this one subject, of this new year, new me, new everything. And I would say use that energy for your own good. Go within and make only one resolution. I will be as me as I can be, and figure out what that means for you. That's the only resolution I would recommend. I will be as me as I can be. And what does that mean? Well, in general terms speaking, I think well-being is your birthright. So if you are being as you can be, you will also increase your natural well-being. You will increase your health because that's natural to you. You will increase your or better your relationships naturally because all of these things are inherently natural to us. We're actually extremely wonderful, loving, and relaxed beings, at our core. We've just been programmed into a wrong direction. But as soon as we realize this, we can always shift. So we can use this to shift into and ask us, how good can it get? Ask ourselves, how authentically can I live? And maybe give yourself a little bit of a promise that you're going to express yourself more authentically moving forward, that you're going to really speak your heart. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be aggressive towards others, but you can stand for your truth and what you know to be right. And those things I think are invaluable moving forward. That's the real value in maybe a resolution. But don't buy into the hype, and let yourself be pulled down. And the greatest sign always is people on and around New Year's. You have the greatest signups for new gym memberships. Like that's when it explodes, and they know this, right? And that's actually what they do. They will advertise and give all these amazing deals. Why? Because they know people will come and they'll sign up. The first few weeks after New Year's, if you are a regular gym user, you know this, it's crazy. You see all these new people and they're on a treadmill and they're working out and they're doing their thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as the weeks progress and as you move into February and then March, you see more of your regulars, and the new people, to a large extent, they fade away. Gyms know this because these new people will still keep paying their memberships for a good while until they realize it's just not for them. So all this pressure, all this mainstream bullshit that's happening, give yourself permission to detach from that and really go within. That's all I would suggest, because what we hope and what we want to inspire moving forward is people expressing themselves naturally, authentically. All I would love to see in the world is more people being real, being authentic, and being who they were meant to be. That to me is the most powerful thing. If I walk into a room and I feel the presence of a person that's authentic, sometimes they can be authentic and strong-willed and have a, have a very powerful authentic presence. Well, that's okay as long as they're authentic. I really appreciate that. And so let's let's move away from these psyops. Let's go to the real meaning of things. And moving forward in 2023, just a little bit of changes, not changes, but maybe additions that are coming. I can now officially announce what's going to happen on our that's the main hub for free speech. Anything completely uncensored and free is our locals community at inspired.locals.com. We will have a special new we do a lot of things there, but we'll have a special new show for our supporters there where Christine and I will do a weekly show together. I very much look forward to that. That's going to happen. Also, we put this in the description of this live stream. I'm starting we're starting a new channel called Inspired Newsroom. It's already set up, and we're going to start posting there very, very soon. This is happening in the next days, and it's a format where I will come on and basically give my perspective from a bird's eye view on current news events and connect the dots in a bigger picture. That's my idea for now for this. It's called the Inspired Newsroom, because I think we can use a lot of these headlines and articles and things that are coming out every day to paint a bigger picture and to show what it's really all about. And that's exciting. So if you feel like it, hop over there. Please subscribe. As I said, we're going to start posting very, very soon. It's going to be regular, and it's going to be quite intense. So I look forward to that. And of course, the main intention always is to come from an inspired place. So we'll continue to do that throughout 2023. We look forward to the conversations with our wonderful guests. We've had a great year of amazing guests. And I know there's some wonderful ones coming up. I can tell you, Peggy Hall is going to be in our channel very soon. Bear Lando from Alpha Vedic is going to be on our channel very soon. Frank Jacobs coming back, of course, for 2023. We're going to continue our conversations and many, many more. And I really look forward to that. But mainly, I want to thank you before I log off here for an amazing transformational year. I think together we have accomplished a lot. We have opened hearts, minds. We have created real, authentic change. We've affected that together. We get so many messages and emails from people who say, listen, I've really implemented change in my life. I've really done something that I always knew I wanted to, but now I felt the courage to do it. And people are starting to live more authentically. They're starting their gardens. They're starting communities and groups. It's really amazing what we can accomplish together, and that there is strength in numbers and repetition and being authentic. It's really a strong thing. So I want to thank you all because it is a team effort here. It's the Inspired Tribe, and that has never meant more than today to us. So Christine and I want to thank you. The whole Inspired team wants to thank you for being here. We truly love you, and we appreciate you from, with all our hearts. And we are enjoying this journey. It's becoming better and better every day. And Christine put out a couple of days ago, she relaunched, I believe, in a shirt in our merch store that has been our one of our best sellers for the longest time. It says, everything is always working out for me. I like this affirmation. It's a little strange at first, but the more you use it, and when something happens that's unexpected, you just remind yourself, everything is always working out for me, and trust in that. So Tribe, thank you so much. We'll see you next year. That's a given. and that's going to be very soon. And I look forward uh, to absolutely every single day on this journey with you. Be blessed, and we'll see you very soon.